viewers, hello and welcome to yet another episode. Very insightful session lined up. And in this session, we are going to delve into the role of service providers in events and exhibition industry. And we are going to speak about a very sensitive and a very critical issue, which is about sustainability. And sustainability, more importantly, in the stand fabrication, booth construction sector. This is a very important issue because I feel that service providers and especially the booth fabricators, stand fabricators, stall designers, they play a very important role in the overall event and exhibition ecosystem. I mean, with more than 2,000 exhibitions happening across India in a span of last 1 year, this is one very critical space that we are catering to. And of course, we have to listen to the service providers. We have to listen and understand the psychology of service providers because they are the partners to any event success. So to delve into this topic of sustainability and the role of service providers, especially the stand fabricators, today I have with me two experts, Mr. Aniket Mali and Mr. Aaron Lewis, who are going to be on our panel and they are going to tell us more about their companies. Thank you for giving us time, Aniket and Aaron. Please introduce us to yourself for our audiences.
Yeah, hi. Thank you, Raghav. Thank you. Thank you, first of all, for inviting us on this panel discussion. For audience, yes, my name is Aniket. I am a founder and managing director of Mali Desak Private Limited. And MSTAN is an exhibition vertical of Mali Desak, which is our parent company. As an exhibition stand design agency, I mean, we are one of the leading agency of India, fortunately catering to the industry for the past 15 years and doing more than 1,000 exhibition stalls across globe. From 9 square meter to 2,000 square meters is the spectrum of work that we have done. In the last couple of years, because we are globally present and we have realized, how the industry is moving towards the greener earth, there are a lot of adaptation that we have done in the MSTAN, and we have launched a couple of products which we call as A series, B series, and C series, which in the discussion itself we will discuss further. But yeah, we are a team of around 50 people sitting in Bombay office and having office in Mumbai, Chennai, Pune, Delhi today, and one office in Canada and one office in Dubai. So that is our presence currently. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Raghavji, for inviting us for this meeting. It's wonderful to have here. And looking at Mr. Ankit, we also learned a lot in the last couple of years. And I'm Aaron Lewis, Managing Director of Seven Sigma Experiences. And we have our office in UAE, we have our office in Switzerland, and we have our office in Mumbai. We are a team of around 45 to 50 people. And we have seen a lot of, as per the industry standard, we have seen India, becoming a very emerging and important market for exhibitions in this year. And specifically post-COVID, we have seen the kind of, comeback we have done. It's amazing. It's very wonderful. And here at Seven Sigma, more importantly, we try to make it more perfect towards the planning process when it starts from the time we get the brief from any of our clients, and we try to understand, they dream about a lot of things. So what we talk about here is dream come to reality. How the reality is talking about in terms of sustainability, it's term of beautification of the entire product, in terms of enhancing their brands and making sure that they reach the end product. That is our goal with Seven Sigma, and that is how we named it Seven Sigma, so that the minimalistic error is, accumulated towards this kind of a planning. And if there is a planning, everything goes into the process, and it is all time driven, it is all strategy driven. It is not about, just, take a brief and start working towards it and go ahead, talk about it and say, okay, I have done this, I have done that. So, like Ankit ji very nicely put up that, from 9 square meter to any of the, everything, every smallest or the biggest of the thing which comes across is all about planning. So we purely, mainly focus in complete planning and making everything strategized.
Now, both of you have a very rich expertise, and long history of working in events and exhibition space. How have you seen the industry evolve? Because in my own experience, the way the industry has evolved after the pandemic, I mean, there are so many new adaptations. The role of technology, artificial intelligence, everything is now becoming more and more relevant in the exhibition ecosystem. How do you feel the role of service providers has changed vis-a-vis their their relation that used to exist earlier as compared to what is existing now vis-a-vis the organizers, the venues, as well as the corporates, because you are the ones who are in direct touch with all of these three important pillars of our ecosystem. You have to deal with all these three on a regular basis. How do you see the expectations that have changed for the service providers over these years? Aniket ji.
Yeah. See, I'll tell you, I think as a service provider or a stand fabricator, we play a very vital role in the ecosystem of the exhibition. When it comes to on ground services, of course, organizers, the show organizers are the main part of the ecosystem. When it comes to the sustainability, when it comes to reusability, so the three R's of sustainability: recycle, reduce, and reuse are the three R's of sustainability. And on the stand itself, when the material that has been used, which is in the largest magnitude in any venue, today every smallest, I think, step will increase our movement towards the greener earth. I think there is no product or any product available on the earth which we can say it's 100% green. You know, but I think the every small step, how the people pack their material, how they reuse their material. There is a nice system that we have started. With the collaboration of Informa, Mr. Ben. Where how to make our stands a better stands. I think as a service provider, we play quite a vital role, a very important role when it comes to the value adding towards a sustainable moment. That's my take.
Absolutely. Wonderful. And Mr. Lewis, you have also been in the industry for a very long time. As I asked Mr. Aniket that what are the changes that he has seen, what do you feel are some of the important issues which are concerning the growth of our industry, which will really propel the industry going forward? According to you, two, three important critical areas. What are they?
See, basically, what happens is when you get into touch with the corporates and they plan an expo, any plan. So venue plays a very vital role, and we coming as a service provider becomes the bridge between the main customer, the execution, and the venue. Like a very important issue took place recently in Geo World. So there was a parking issue, there was toiletries issues for manpower, all these small issues when we talk about that gives like a dominoes effect. We try to work. I'm also a member of ASDEC, and over there we try to resolve all these issues, coming across with venue, with sustainability, to tell them how cleanliness, how greenery is important, how we talk about more feasibility, schedule time, strategize everything. So when a brief comes from any corporate clients to the service provider, the venue plays the very important role, and you becoming the bridge between the venue and the experience what the customer is going to get it. So all these minute detailing is what we have learned over a period of time, propelling towards going towards high growth, making maintenance, looking at the it's not only about our stall, it's also about the surrounding. When we talk about the complete expo, it's about how we talk about it, how we look at the entire expo in terms of cleanliness, how much we keep a venue clean, not only about us but overall the expo, the experience when people come there. So it's all about the experience which we try to share here with venue, with customers, with clients, with our team. That is how we look at growing towards with the eco-friendly system.
Okay. And now, if we are talking about the experience, now we are seeing the kind of environment today we are living is has become very volatile. The whole weather, the economic, the political scenario, the climatic scenario, everywhere around the world is going through a disruption. In this kind of environment, sustainability becomes very relevant. and in every forum we are talking about sustainability, sustainable measures. What I want to understand is, are these kind of solutions really practical for a country like India, where cost is everything, profits and margins, a little bit of here and there is making a big difference in the purchase decision of the consumer. Aniket ji, since you are dealing with the corporates and you have some products catering to sustainability for the industry, please give us some inputs on this.
It's a very nice question, Raghav. I'll tell you. Sustainability is becoming a new hygiene, in every sector, whether it comes to automobile sector, whether it is manufacturing sector. And I think now every person on earth, including our honorable prime minister, our foreign ministers, everybody is talking about sustainability. Why? Because I think this is the era, where we have to move towards the greener one. The second point is, India, as you rightly said, is a very price sensitive market. Then how sustainability is going to work over here? Very importantly, my point is, when a stand fabricator start thinking that how he can see today, in a shorter word, sustainability is an open option for us. It's not a compulsion. I think everybody needs to understand. So we can explore a lot of possibilities in how we can make our stands sustainable. Once it is compulsion by the government or by the society or by the exhibition ecosystem, then we might not have a single option how we are going to explore the design, the creativity when it comes to the sustainability. Today, it's just a part of the discussion, so there is so much options available. Hence, M-Stand came, with a concept called backlit series and then the alpha series. Backlit series was once, I think was introduced by us in 2018 when we started doing international booths. We thought the biggest challenge that is happening in India today is the time taken by the painters, the time taken by the carpenters, the time given by the organizers are reducing day by day, and the challenges are increasing day by day. There is so much chaos. There is no pure air on the site. I mean, there is dust. I think our exhibition sites currently, what is happening in India, we are way behind than the Western world, at least 10-15 years behind the Western world in the terms of the systems, in the terms of the security. So these are the option. Backlit series was introduced, which is like up to 50 square meter. We can construct a booth with just utilizing 3 people in the span of 60 minutes. The entire material that is used for up to 50 meters is 100% reusable. The prints are also reusable by the client. There is no staple, there is no carpenters required, there is no hammering required. It is just a plug and play, a Lego system, which was required so that the entire stall can be reused by a client multiple times. That itself will add probably a 15%, a contribution towards the sustainability in the 1,000 booths that are happening in an exhibition venue. And then we came up with the Alpha series. Alpha series, a Indian engineering version of Aluvision or a BMetric system. There again, as we rightly said, India is a price sensitive market. Importing these sections from Europe or China adds a lot of import cost, 35% of the duty cost. So what we did is we re-engineered, we started manufacturing here, we started our extrusion plant, and we created our own system. So today we are capable of doing 100 square meter booth in span of 2 hours. That is equivalent to a regular booth, which has all the storage, all the facility for prints, all the facility for shelves, hanging TVs, LED walls, displays. Everything is taken care of, as good as a conventional booth. We recently did a 16 booth, a kind of a pavilion for CIM in Geo. And again, the challenge was we got the venue because there was an event happening. So only 3 hours we got for the entire execution. And even Geo people appreciated that in 3 hours, without creating a mess, 16 booths were created with a beautiful look and feel and international standard. I think these booths of Alpha series and Backlit series are contributing very high and hygienically good and creatively good also in this industry.
I think such solutions are not just futuristic, but in present times, I mean, they are setting new standards for the industry, because what they are doing is for modern venues like Geo, who are understanding the role of these cutting edge practices. I mean, it is setting new standards in the whole industry. So kudos to you for bringing such new solutions for the industry in India. So, I mean, these kind of solutions need to be promoted more, and their importance is hugely significant in the industry. But again, it all boils down to the price and what kind of uh, the perception that the corporates are having. Mr. Lewis, what is your thinking on this take? Because you also deal with the corporates. We have built over 2,000 stalls since your inception. How do the corporates perceive these plug and play stalls versus the fabricated stalls, the huge, which take huge time to build, lot of resources, painters, all kind of stuff is there. How do you see this comparison?
Okay, so basically, it's a very a deep understanding how, because they are used to, we in India are used to the customized and designer stalls, and moving towards them, towards making a foldable stall or an customizable stall. So we try to educate them. The education is a very important base when we talk about any change, comparing to from this end to that end. We have to explain them why this is important and why this is more harmful and more hygienic way of doing things in a compelling way. So education is very important. So we try to explain, we try to put the education together, and everybody, like what you said, is everybody is moving towards AI kind of a stuff. Okay, so when we talk about AI or any talk about sustainability, how this is going to enhance your brand, because they are all looking at the visibility of the brand. When customer, they all want to see their brand popping out, towards the eyeballs, and what you see is what you get. So we try to educate all our corporate clients to move towards from this dusty and crafty way of looking at it, looking at the brand perspective where the visibility is very high. We explain them, we educate them in terms of designing, in terms of sketch designing, in terms of making the propeller come towards them, bring them on table. And education is only not about the corporate, it's also about the team. Team should also get educated from time to time to explain them all these things. If the team is not educated, we will not be able to move forward towards, like Ankit ji said, we are far behind, 10 years behind the Western world. I don't agree with him completely, but I would like to say education is something which is very important towards our team, which is very important. If we don't do the education to our team, we don't innovate with our team, we will not be able to bring it down to the customers, to our corporate clients. They will not be able to educate. Education is something which we completely harp on in terms of planning, in terms of giving them the sketch drawings, giving them the live experience, which we try to do it towards AI understanding. So we make it, it's very clear, what you see is what you bring it down towards.
So it also gives me a thought that maybe in the coming times we will see less of per se what we used to call the generational stall designing, stall fabrication companies who used to be bring hammer and all those stuff to the events. Rather,
Absolutely.
the evolution of more of experiential companies, activation companies who are performing those roles and who are also thinking how to drive engagement for their clients. Aniket ji, what are your thoughts on this, and how do you speak to the clients when you brief them, when you give them their presentations? What kind of stuff comes up in your meetings with them?
So, Raghav, what has happened? I think since 2007 we've been doing exhibition booths, and we have, we are fortunate and lucky enough to have our first client since then, even today. And he has become, Orachem Laboratories has become our case study, because we have seen him doing one exhibition stall in once in 2 years to he participating in 40 exhibitions in 1 year. So that is how the client has evolved. But even at the same pace,
That
their
also
budgets are
shows, which also shows is giving more importance to exhibitions now compared to what he was earlier.
absolutely, absolutely. I think any client who has participated once has always increased his participation. Initially pan India, and then slowly toward the global market. The only challenge that I feels is the client are increasing their existence or a presence in multiple exhibitions. At the same time, their budgets are getting low. Earlier, once whenever they used to participate once in 2 years, they used to have a good budget. I think the budget is not drastically increasing the way their participation is increasing. That is where this reusable booths, the sustainable
Yes.
booths, help them to control their budgets, help them and give them a leverage to participate in multiple shows. So when we promote our backlit series, M stand, Alpha series, our stall cost are at least 50% lesser than the conventional booths, a regular custom wooden booths. So 50% your price is less, which allows you to participate in multiple shows. At the same time, because it's a reusable, and even they have started promoting their organization on sustainability, reusability, they get an additional benefit of a reusable booth to showcase in their platform that they are not only using or selling their product as a sustainable product, but also using sustainable practices wherever it is possible to the highest place. And I think that is where the price sensitive client gets the benefit from the sustainable booths, the reusable booths, allows them to participate in multiple shows. Also, these booths, we take them from India to different countries where our people travel from India and do the execution or installation in the entire Europe and American market. Again, it's a make in India product. So what happens is the money is in the country, and India is moving towards where internationally people used to come to India and execute their country booths. Now we are in the phase, as Arun ji said, that we are reducing the gap of that 10 years by we sending our booths to the international market, we sending our skill team from India for execution our booth for our exhibitors in international market. I think that is where MSTAND is contributing, whatever is possible.
This is very interesting because the kind of reusability, this flexibility is very important in our industry. If you are participating in many number of exhibitions throughout the year, I think this can be a great boon for our industry. You also mentioned about the corporate perception, which I also believe is now taking kind of a, it's evolving in a way that the corporates have to submit their annual reports to their people who are giving them funds.
Yes.
So they always prefer to give solutions which are eco-friendly, which are sustainable in their final reports. So I think if our industry is giving some solutions in this regard, this is going to ultimately help them out in their own final reports, whatever they submit.
Yes.
Arun ji, you have also worked quite a lot. You have submitted some great designs and some great activations for the industry. How do you feel is going to be the emerging trends? What kind of new models we can see in the future in the exhibition space, and what kind of new solutions are there which will be really catching eyeballs in the coming times?
See, the AI has really taken up, the whole engagement to the next level. Earlier, the engagements were very, very minuscule and to the, very, very, very limited, photo printing and, giving goodies and bags and everything. But now the AI, like what you asked the question, very, very wonderful question, that how the generation shift is taking place. The older generation had a very minimalistic kind of an engagement activations, okay, when it comes to any corporates. So there was very limited scope of giving us that entire enlargement, how the product is going to be, how to call the people to your booth or make them understand, make them happy, because they have seen the world, because all the customers, when they come from international standards, they have seen the world. So engagement with AI has really make a difference today. I have seen that happening in a lot of expo. Now, for example, now JITEX, which is taking place. Last year, JITEX, believe me, it was mesmerizing with the kind of technology, with the AI which we came up with, was amazing. It has taken up the world like storm. It has taken up the world like storm. Explode, like, you just opened up the whole Pandora box over here. It is that way. So when we talk about any kind of an engagement, when it comes to customer, believe me, it is a new avatar together, new avatar. Believe me, the way AI has come up, with so many solutions to provide to the customers, to provide to our corporate people. And that is how we have increased not only with the booth standards, but also when we talk about getting AI towards the stall for engagement. The budgets have increased for engagement more than budgets for the stalls. So they are more spending towards AI. So the technology has taken a driven completely it, and that has taken the the kind of driver's seat today. So
Absolutely.
boot design is definitely there, but with that, if you bring the engagement with the AI driven concept, it is going to take you places, and that is where the Western is merging with Indian market.
Absolutely. So we are now in the final leg of this discussion. I think we have had some wonderful insights from both of you. One direct question I would like to ask from both of you is, and I would like appreciate if you can give me honest answers. I know it will involve you to just reveal some of your secrets, but for our audience's knowledge and for the industry knowledge for this episode's more fun and engagement factor also, I would like you to give me one case study, one success story from both of yours professional assignments where your products or solutions have kind of elevated the success for the participation of that particular client in any exhibition or any event.
So I'll tell you, we recently did a booth, for Scania in XCon, which was around, I think, 1400 square meter booth. It was an outdoor booth. Of course, Mali Desak as our company, our parent company is also, Desak spells out as a designing and architecture. We are also into architecture projects. So it was a G+1 structure. Now that case study I'm giving you because technically the fastest delivery of the booths are, probably a 1 day prior to the client. But this booth was delivered, of course, the XCon gives us almost 20 days for the setup. But still, we delivered this booth 5 days prior the inauguration. And the only reason we were capable to do this is because we did a mixture of conventional standards and our reusable sustainable booth standards, which is the backlight series and alpha series. What has happened is, first the cost drastically came down because, if I'd like to add, we recently did exhibition stalls for SAPs, and they have started participating in the smaller size in multiple shows. So we gave them a solution of 15 square meter to 20 square meter in the range of 60,000 to 75,000 in a multiple shows where they have said that the stalls have started looking better than the conventional booths and much affordable than the conventional booths. So they have started, using these booths on a regular basis. So similarly, Scania got the opportunity to reduce the price, and whichever material was used in the construction of the booth, maximum material went to their factory in the terms of their graphics, in the terms of the furniture, because we have our own modular furniture factory also. So all the furniture that was made for the booth, entire furniture, because it was lock and key furniture, it was a flat box furniture, was completely packed and sent to their factory. Now have been stored for their future participation. So when next time they are participating, their booth cost is going to come down directly to 40%. So one is they are saving huge amount. Second is the quality of material that they are getting is of the international standard. So I think that is a very important case study even for us. And MSTAND was fortunate to receive a 2-page positive feedback and an appreciation email from the Worldwide Scania and the Swedish Embassy for delivering such a fantastic project.
Wonderful. Congratulations to you for that. Thank you for sharing that story with us and very important case study. Mr. Lewis, what about you? Any example case study that you can give us?
Yeah, recently we did it in July, and we partnered with Etisalat and Nice. Nice is a India-based tech company, and Etisalat, everybody knows they are one of the giants in UAE. So we were putting up their stall in UAE, and it was a bit of challenge because the time constraint was very limited to deliver, and they wanted everything tech-driven. So here, what we came up with a concept of and making them giving them and making them comfortable with more technical base, more glass base, more acrylic base, rather than using the old method of wood and paint and printing and all these things. So we went ahead with making everything very crystal, very glass-based, very acrylic-based, which is eco-friendly, which is reusable. And we gave them within the time frame. When the design appeared, they were like, how are we going to execute that? So everything was content driven. So we are more focusing towards content driven, where it is engraved on glasses and reusable acrylics and colorful technologies which comes down. Even for the platforming, when we tried doing that, so we didn't use the authentic platforming. What we do, we have done complete acrylic with them, and believe me, the timeline we used over there was half the timeline. The costing and the manpower we used there was minimalistic. So it is all what we try to do over there was content driven, more acrylic driven, more new technology which we brought it together. And Facebook was one of the partner over there. They came and they applauded Etisalat and Nice that the time bound and technology we used over there was amazing. They had not seen that. So it was amazing because we received a certificate and the client got applauded over the stage with the timeline, with the technology we brought into the stall, and everything was spick and span because there was no backdrop. It was all content driven backdrops. It was all content driven platform. It was all content driven. So everything which was talked about with technology with acrylic, with masking, with glasses and appearing and disappearing. More than LED, it was appreciated because normally we try to use LED walls now. So we went ahead one step, gave them that solution which was cost effective, which was less manpower, less than the time what we received.
Wonderful. And before leaving, one impromptu question, quick fire for both of you. Aniket ji, what is the future of sustainability? What is the future of sustainable measures in event exhibition industry? How do you see this evolving now?
See, my interaction with all the organizers, including Mr. Newberg, Mr. Munchen, Informa, including automation, I think every organizer is looking, to implement sustainability in some or the other way in their exhibition. As I, previously said, that it's a hygiene, you know, and every smaller step is gonna take us to the greener earth. I think in the next 10 years we are going towards, I think, 100% sustainability. So sustainability and sustainable booths are going to be a very important part. If the agencies or the fabricators doesn't evolve them in this direction, it could be a challenge for everyone. So I think we all need to start taking a smaller steps. And the charity begins at home. So our booths, whether client requires or doesn't require, how we reuse our walls, how we reuse our platforms, how we reuse our, even including reception tables. These are the smallest things. Reusing material itself is a contribution towards sustainability, whether it is a conventional booth or it is a sustainable, reusable booth. I think everyone can contribute from some part.
Wonderful. And Mr. Lewis, one comment, remark, or a message that you would like to give to the stall builders community? Anything, because there is a lot of competition now. Collaborations are also coming up. What is your message to this community?
Planning and education. Thank you for calling us on this platform. And Raghav would really like to appreciate this, that you are making this remarkable things out here, and we should do it more, even often. Reason being, because this makes us give more ideas towards it. Okay. And every stand builder, when they come, they see your program, they see all these things. When you come up over here, it is wonderful and amazing. So it is all about your education to all the stand builders, to all the organizers, to come collaborate, build the bridge. And that is where we are going to, make India more Western, more compatible, more sustainable. If we don't educate ourselves, if we don't collaborate, if we don't share ideas, your ideas, my idea, Ankitji ideas, everybody's ideas put together, we learn. So learning is something which we learn from your platform. We come here, we educate ourselves, and we spread our understandings and explanations to you. So it is all about education. It is all about planning.
Absolutely. Well, I would like to thank you both for giving us this valuable time and important insights today. I'm sure our audiences would appreciate our efforts to keep the industry informed and educated about the latest trends happening in the exhibition industry. Thank you once again. And if viewers, you like our content, do share and subscribe to our channel and keep updated with the world of exhibitions through Exhibition Showcase. Thank you, Aniket ji, and thank you, Aaron ji, for giving us your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghav, for
We'll see
bringing
you.
this topic. I think this is our favorite topic, sustainability. And I think, the entire discussion was quite insightful. Thank you so much. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.